Hello everyone, slight cough back with another banger of a video. This time I'm gonna give you guys an update on the store. So I was able. Oh, in the background here, I'm gonna be playing a third party Gundam kit. So I guess I want to lay out what it is that I'm planning to sell at the store. I'm a pretty big fan of Gundam kits, plastic model kits. Think airplanes and trains and stuff, but for fucking millennials. So it's gonna be more like robots and stuff like that. I'm pretty into it. Obviously, you have Bandai, which is I guess the American, well, I guess like the name brand, and then you have third party kits mostly coming from China, and Chinese kits used to be like knockoffs, or I guess like just um, yeah, like copies of Bandai kits that really were like bad fitting. You had to do a lot of work to make them like half decent. But nowadays, Bandai's coming out with like one kit every like 90 years, while there's a new banger of a kit coming from China. Like this one is the Hexelman, I think, God Boxer, and it's a very boxing inspired. Look at the amount of pieces that come in this thing. It's pretty fucking crazy, and I would bet to say this kit is under $100, and something like this coming from Bandai would probably be like in the 150s. And look, it comes with like pre-painted parts. There's no polycaps from what I've seen, or very few. Gold plated. So I guess like back to the store, right? My store is going to be selling mostly third-party kits like this. Sure, you'll have some, Gundam adjacent ones that you can clearly see that are inspired by popular Gundams like the new Gundam, the Unicorn, all that stuff, but there will be a lot of unique designs from companies like this. So in the stages, I guess like last video I talked about looking for a location, talking to the landlord, all this stuff, but I have come to a pretty good place with the landlord. I've signed the LOI, the letter of intent. So that means that their side is now their console or is going to be drafting up the actual lease. So a couple things I wanted to point out in my LOI that I wanted to highlight for anyone looking to start a store. So you want to basically negate as much, I guess, like unforeseen expenses as possible. Like for me, obviously, I got the asking rate lowered. Triple net I usually don't touch because that's usually pretty fair. Triple net's just like their running expenses. You probably don't want to mess with that. Um, so I specifically asked for the landlord to be responsible for the HVAC, like major repairs to the HVAC for the first 3 years. He came back at 2 years. I'm pretty cool with that. Another thing is sometimes the permits and the remodeling of your store can take a while. So, I basically said, hey, like usually the final stage in which someone can like go into your store is when the city offers you the certificate of a occupancy, and I basically wanted the lease to start then. That way, I'm not paying for like an unusable store. That looks really sick though. Those are rubber parts on the screen right now, and it's like pretty close to what human fibers are doing. Like they're doing some crazy stuff in China. You would never see stuff like this from a Bandai kit. At least it's like for a standard release Bandai kit. They might do something like crazy and then charge you $200 for this, but definitely not something in the $70-$60 range. So once again, China's winning. But no, not really. So back to the store. I'm gonna be carrying mostly third-party kits because if you want to carry Bandai kits and there's a banger kit coming up that most people would want, you would have to buy a bunch of like really shitty ones that probably won't sell unless there's a heavy discount on it, or they won't give you any allocation of the banger kits. But the Chinese people, you just hit them up. You're like, hey, I want 30 of this kit. And they're like, you got it, kiddo. So that's why I don't want to just have dead inventory. And I want, people in the West to be exposed to these things. Like this is a real company, right? So my analogy on it is like imagine a fashion brand that's coming from the East that you don't know about, but if you're in the East, it's huge. It's got real stores in the malls. It's got advertisement. People wear it. It's recognizable, except it just hasn't been exposed to America yet. So that's what I plan to bring, and hopefully, scale and expand to where I am their point of their point of sales for all their kits, because these are all real companies and they all have, like, I think fantastic products compared to Bandai, if not better. So that's going to be what my main uh, inventory is going to be. And then secondly, I'm going to bring over some third party transformers too. So when I say transformers, obviously they're going to be toys that transform, either, something mechanical like a car into like a humanoid, or something, like an animal into another animal, like things, toys that change, usually another type of robot, because that's what I'm like super interested in ever since I was a child, because I'm a fucking nerd. But yeah, that's gonna be the core of my store. Obviously, we're gonna have, like, paints and then like nippers for you to build these things, all those tools, and then we're gonna carry, trading cards also, because I'm a huge fan of Magic the Gathering. I've been playing ever since, I want to say World Wake. Yeah, when Jason Mind Sculptor and fucking Delver like took over Legacy. Those were the good old days. And then, some Pokemon in there too, just to bring in some more people, because Pokemon just draws a crowd. So it's probably gonna have play space and build space. So you can come in, you can build one of these fantastic kits, play some Commander, grab a couple of drinks or whatnot, and then so that is going to be the core of my products. I know that I would have to go through distributors for Magic and Pokemon again, but I think on there I can make enough of a margin, because the market for Magic and Pokemon are so sporadic. Also, singles are your largest like profit for like a store. But then the actual Bandai kits, I'm thinking of doing a sort of store credit for that, because a lot of people have what's called like a pile of shame, right? So people, a master grade Gundam kit, which is like the core product, usually takes you about, I guess, like a month if you're just doing it every single day. You're not really putting much work into it, but I would say most people with jobs probably do one master grade kits once every 2 months, and usually they buy more kits than they can sell. So a lot of people have what's called like a plastic pile of shame, where it is a bunch of unbuilt kits that they just have sitting in their closet, usually to look at. And I personally have bought a ton of these piles of shames for like pennies on a dollar. Not pennies, maybe like half or like 75% value. So I think I'm going to do some sort of store credit system, similar to a GameStop or Magic singles or trading card singles, where you trade in at like 60, 70% of their value, and then you get to get it for store credit to buy another product. So that's probably what I'm going to do for those kits. Not very sure yet, but for sure we're going to carry third party kits, trading cards as the main product. But yeah, that's the update of the store right now. uh if I'm missing something and you guys want me to carry it in the store, or want to be more involved with it, like, how should I really want to build a community here. How should I do that? Do you guys want to just like do the normal Discord thing? Dude, Discord sucks for stores. It's so moderated. You can't, like, I'm the kind of person that like to speak my mind, so I don't want a Discord where no one can say fuck or shit or even retard. So, but then I get that it is a business and everything. So I'm not sure where to go with that. I think I just might do game nights where everyone can just go there and relax. And if your group, is cool with you calling each other retards or even slurs or whatever, that's fine. As long as you don't, direct it towards someone else that will take it in offense. Yeah, that's probably going to be what I'm gonna do with the store. So just kind of a quick rundown what's going on. I've signed the LOI. I've started talking to distributors for my core products, well, the kits at least. I need to find a distributor for Pokemon and Magic and all that jazz. So if anyone like knows or wants, I guess, like a referral bonus to get someone in with an account, please let me know. I'd be glad to take you up on that. And everyone has a ton of singles that they want to either co-sign or sell to me, or some sort of plan like that, I would probably need quite a large amount. So if you have singles that you just want to place to sell, uh, let me know too. I think we're trying to open this thing in like 1 or 2 months. I have some contractors giving me quotes already. We have the plans already in place. Yeah, that's kind of the update. Please let me know. You can DM me too if you see this on my Facebook, and if you want, you know, like direct questions to it. Yeah, if you think that this is a terrible idea, and I'm just like a fucking loser for opening a toy store, basically, let me know. That's cool too, you know. Yeah, hopefully you guys come stop by and give me a ton of business, please, so I can keep on living. All right, guys, have a fantastic Christmas. Hug and kiss your loved ones because we know there's a lot of tragedies that just happen right now in the world. And yeah, I'll see you all next time, and hopefully I'll be able to see some of you guys in person at the store. All right, adios.